everybody, welcome back to Level Grinding the Daily Hustle. I am Rachel Bastarash-Bogan and I'm an entrepreneur, a video editor, and an author, and I live in Denver, Colorado. Today is 125 episodes of Level Grinding. So for those of you who have been here from the beginning, thank you. You guys are amazing. To you who have just started subscribing, welcome to the party. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed and you're checking out this video, click subscribe because you're going to get a look of what it looks like every single day to hustle, to build a business, and to do this from the ground up. I started this on day one, because I watched a video from Gary Vaynerchuk where he talked about how he wished he had documented his journey from the very beginning all the way forward. And that inspired me to document my day every single day all the way forward. So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying the ride. And let's get into day 125. So what am I actually up to today? Well, you remember all that work that I did yesterday working on my company vision? Yeah, this lovely statement right here, you all saw it on my computer. I'm actually going one step further and actually going to start working on, or I've been working on defining who my audience is, what my uniqueness is as a company, and why is it important that I exist. I've done some of this before, but I want to redo it in light of who I am as a business and what my vision is. This is in part to help me acquire the right customers. I mentioned in a recent video, I forget which one it is, I'll try and find it, and I'll link it here. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I noticed on Twitter I've been getting the wrong kind of followers. Likewise, on Instagram, the wrong kind of followers. I want to work with producers. I want to work with the people who are actually shooting the video rather than doing the whole thing themselves, or the editors who are also doing what I want to do. Because those people, the last two, are not going to be clients who want to work with me. And there's nothing wrong with those people. Like, there's nothing wrong that they're following me. It's just that I'm not casting a net and, you know, fishing with the right bait is basically what I'm trying to do. So I'm working on those things in light of my vision so that I can then get the right kind of customers. And again, I am using this little mini course from Basic Bananas. I'm linking to it below again because I'm finding this extremely helpful, especially in terms of like crafting my vision, going through all of that effort, and then now applying that to my marketing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I actually have two very important things on my to-do list this week in terms of my 12-week year. They are prepare my Facebook and my Twitter post schedule for the month of April. And I realized I can't really do that well until I have this whole thing further defined. So my goal is to get that done, at least the definitions of who, what, when, why, and all that lovely stuff, all the things we learn in grammar, and then from there start crafting my content, or at least selecting content. Like, I have some of this stuff written, but I want to make sure that it aligns with my vision. So that's on my to-do list today. I have been slowly pecking away at it. I've also been taking care of a couple of other details, so I'm not as far along as I wanted to be this morning. But, you know, we take it one step at a time. We take it one step in terms of like what we have to do. I've mentioned this before about how sometimes you got to wear multiple hats as an entrepreneur, and so that's been my morning. But now it's time to be the marketing manager. So this represents pretty much the last, oh good grief, hour and a half worth of work, and I am extremely hungry. So now it is time for lunch because I can't think anymore. I am really thankful for having gone through this exercise today. It's been a lot of work. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would, but I feel really cool about what I am working on, who I'm going to be working with in the future, and just what I'm going to be putting out there in terms of content. And so one of the questions that really kind of helped today and helped informing this kind of stuff was the question of what does your ideal customer dream of and desire? And this was a very different question than what I normally have worked with. Everybody talks about what are your frustrations, like what are your clients' frustrations and how can you solve them. But the idea of what do they ultimately want deep down, like what is it that they want? Not just a solution for a problem, but in terms of like what do they want on a much larger scale and how can you help them achieve that? Was a completely different question, and it really opened up some really cool lines of thinking for me. And so I'm really excited about this, and I want to show you a little bit of what I came up with.
So one of the things that, everybody wants in their business is obviously higher paying clients. I mean, everybody wants to make more money. But if you think about that and it's just money, well, what is the money actually trying to achieve? Just because you want more money doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to get you closer to your goal unless you have identified it. And so I started going through, like, what do people want? They want more beauty in their work, better emotion, work that matters and makes a difference. And here's where it got really interesting. They want to get to their wonder work. If you saw my wonder work video last May, you would know what it means for wonder work. And if you haven't, I'm going to put a link right around here for you to watch that. Wonder work is the stuff that you were made to do. It's the stuff that is the most important work. In terms of the one thing, it's related to the one thing that you are supposed to do. And so by doing your wonder work, you become the guy who's in demand, because now you're making the stuff that matters to you and that other people will identify with and matter to that. So I created this little stick figure guy over here. Yeah, this is like really high quality art. I promise I do better work than this, but right now I like stick figure guys. So I kind of identified this is who this guy is right now. His name is Joe, the producer for you. He's for hire. He's a hired storyteller. This is how much money he makes. He's a good shooter, but he doesn't make work for himself. And so he's got his client's clipboard and his camera, and he's running around in a ball cap, and he's trying to figure things out. And so now he wants to be this guy. He wants to be this guy in the cool shades who has his camera wherever he is, and he's making money. And he is the guy who is asked and demanded for productions. Ultimately, this is who I'm working for, but this is who he wants to be. And when I think about the kind of work that I want to do with my company, I'm kind of a version of this guy. I currently work for clients who are producers, who are just like this guy, who are trying to make ends meet, who need to make productions. But ultimately, I want to make my wonder work. And so I want to help my clients make their wonder work.
Of course, the challenge now is actually writing content to go get that guy. So I've still got some more work to do, but all in all, this is going to set up the work that I'm going to do to have my social media post ready for April. So I'm really excited about having this. Now I just got to figure out how to make content. But right now I need to put this away. I have some work that I need to do for my client named Drew. So I need to get that stuff done. It's not going to take really long, but I really need to get it done by the end of today. And that's in part because we've got some Facebook ads to put together next week, and things are starting to come down to the wire in terms of that stuff. So I really need to do that, but I'm really thankful for having this finished. And so the other thing that's going on right now is that I'm looking at let me find this, my current 12-week year, and I've been thinking about this. I've been making some really good progress in Goal 1. You can see all those hash marks and stuff. But Goal 2, Goal 2 is terrible. Goal 2, look at that, like a whole bunch of like nothing going on, and all of those scratch marks in Goal 3. Yeah, you can see my question there. Does the kind of work I'm doing right now count? This is probably going to be a really bad week. But here's the thing, and here's the reason why I'm like not really freaking out about this like I normally would. Having read the one thing starting on Monday, and getting like most of the way through it already, because I'm a fast reader. Because of that, because of the way that Keller talks about the importance of moving forward your much bigger vision, your much bigger idea about your company, about your life, whatever it is, like focusing on that and giving it in an extraordinary amount of time, it's made me realize that the days where I have to take a lot of time to do high-level work for my company, be that updating my website, be that working on vision, be that on crafting an avatar, but who my ideal client is, that's okay. I don't need to feel guilty about taking the amount of time that it takes to do that, because that's actually the most important work that's going to move me forward to my goal. And for the longest time, I felt really guilty when I've done that, because I've been trying to figure out how to get as many marks on this. This isn't a problem. It's just when this becomes dictating the fact that you're not pushing your higher-minded goal forward, then it becomes an issue. And here's the other reason why I'm really not afraid of this in terms of Goal 2 this week. Goal 2 has always kind of represented the forward motion of my company. It's always represented how I want to grow and where I want to grow, the income targets that I'm trying to make. And in reading the one thing and reading The Magic of Thinking Big this week and realizing that I have no vision for my company. Like I haven't had that higher level goal. I have it for myself personally, but I've not articulated it for my company. Then it means that the goal that I have had for goal 2 is the wrong goal. And it's the reason why it's not been working. I have been working on raising my income for the past, like literally the past 8 months of my business. Like this has been a drive. I went through a really, really dry period at the end of 2016 going into 2017, and that kind of snowballed all throughout the year in terms of like constantly having to rob Peter to pay Paul in terms of how much money I was making in a given month, going to have to go pay back stuff that I had borrowed from myself from the previous months where no income was coming in. So this has been a constant goal, but it's not been moving forward. And I firmly believe right now that it's not been moving forward because it's not been attached to something that's more long-term, that's more goal-driven, that's more about where do I want my company to go versus where it is right now. It's just been this arbitrary idea and this arbitrary number, and that's not healthy. And so knowing that all the work that I've been putting in this week is really important, and I know that's going to be the thing that's going to set up my next 12-week year. I'm going to be going into week 12 starting on Monday, and then I have week 13, which is the very beginning of April, and then the first week of my next year is going to be at NAB. Like, we'll see how that really goes in terms of, like, a good score. I'm going to be traveling. Like, everything's going to be kaput. But it means that I can set that next 12-week year up with a really clear idea of what am I going to do to move my company's vision forward. And that's what goal 2 has been all about for the past 6 of my 12-week years. It's been all about building my company. And my company is not really going where I want it to go fast enough. It's not been moving forward, and it's because I've not known where it's going. So I don't feel guilty about the fact that this week is probably going to be a very low score, especially in comparison to some of the previous weeks that I've got. It's probably going to be something akin to what happened on my anniversary and the week that I got sick, just in terms of like what my numbers say I should be doing. But the thing about should and other should is that the stuff that I've been doing this week has actually been more important. This goes back to that idea of urgent versus important. The stuff that I've been doing this week in terms of vision, crafting who my customer is, identifying what their desires are, that's all stuff that is both urgent and important. And it trumps all the other things that are on that list, because all the other things on that list are the low-level day-to-day to-do tasks that without a clear vision aren't going to get me to where I want to go. So I need to cut this, end this right now because I got to go do my stuff for Drew, and I will see you in a little bit.
Oh, that didn't take too long to get this done. Now I can log out of here and, hello, go do other things. I want to log out. Log me out. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, look, and this is the Basic Bananas website. This is the third video that I'm going to be working through later about why my company is unique. These guys are awesome. You guys should check them out. They're a company in Australia, but they do a whole bunch when it comes to marketing. Yeah, really good stuff. I like how they make everything really accessible.
It is after supper, and we kind of ate a quick supper because tonight Robo and I are going back to the skate park, and we are going to go skating. There's only one problem with park skating, is that it gets really addicting, and so you kind of have to make the choice, do I be responsible or do I be irresponsible? What do you think, Radar? Should we be responsible or irresponsible?
Irresponsible, Mommy.
Irresponsible. Let's see if we can get some pictures of me getting my stalls tonight.
Good this time, I'm filming. I think you guys gotta cheer her on so she can get there.
to bed.
Shred till you go to bed.
Shred till you go to bed. Yeah, shred till you go to bed. Or shred till I'm dead, which right now might mean that I have to go to bed. Yeah, this is the end of today's video. I will see you all Tuesday.